Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a foundation first impressions, and this is going to be on the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. You guys have been wanting me to try this for forever now, so I'm finally getting the opportunity to, and I'm super excited. I heard nothing but good things about it, and it was so funny because last night when I was preparing to film this today, ShanXO uploaded her first impressions on this, so that's kind of annoying. Hopefully people don't think I'm copying, but I just like to do foundation first impressions on my skin tone because my skin type is very kind of unique and very weird, so I figured it would just be a really great foundation to try out on my skin type alone today. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So here's what the packaging looks like. It just has a very simple, thin packaging to it, just plastic. I got the shade 105, which is natural beige, and this is a 24-hour foundation. It's a demi matte finish. It's 24-hour wear. It's a medium coverage, and it is air light. So I guess it's not supposed to make you feel like you're wearing a mask. So we'll have to find out and see how that works. So yeah, I got the color 105 natural beige. I'm not 100% sure if that's gonna match. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, shit. Okay, so I just zoomed you in onto my face, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pin my bangs back so they're out of the way. So I just washed my face this morning, and I just applied a little bit of moisturizer about maybe a half hour ago now. And as you can see, I do have some blemishes on my face, so we are going to see how this foundation works with that. So yeah, here's an up close. I haven't even taken the little thing off yet. I'm not going to wear a primer today just because I want to see how it is, you know, without a primer. So yeah, I just took the little thing off, and it has a very small opening, so you do have a lot of control as to how much foundation you want. So I'm just going to take it and put some on the back. Okay, so there's what the consistency looks like. It doesn't look too thick, which is a good thing. Okay, so I'm just going to start out with this amount here, and I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and just start blending it out. Okay, so here's what the first layer looks like all blended out. The color is quite orange compared to my neck, and it also kind of blended out a little bit patchy. I am going to apply a second coat and put some down onto my neck, and I'm going to be using a brush this time, just a foundation brush, to blend it out like that, just to see if that makes any bit of difference. But as you can see, you can still see quite a bit of my acne, which sucks because, I mean, with one coat you think it would do a little bit of a better job. So I don't know, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a second coat. Okay, so here's the second coat, and what the fuck is this? Like, are you joking? Like, why is it? I don't like this. Why is it so orange in that one spot? You guys, this is a fail. This foundation is a fail. What the F? Do you see that? Like, I don't even know if that can be fixed. Like, I feel like I have to take it all off and start all over. Okay, so just so you know, you probably need a really, really good primer with this stuff. wow, this looks terrible. Like, absolutely freaking terrible. Like, it is just clinging to this cheek, and I don't know why. Like, it's that, and it's like super, super patchy over here. Like that, this looks awful, and it won't blend. See that line right there? It won't go away. Like, it won't blend away. So I am not happy with this foundation at all. Like, I'm actually angry because it literally looks like cake on the right side of my face. It looks so awful, and the color is so orange. Like, this is reminding me of the Wet n Wild foundation, and I'm not a happy camper because I've heard nothing but good things about this. I spent $11, almost $12 on this. And like, look at it down my neck. Like, just super patchy, will not blend out, and now it just does not look good to me. I am not a fan. All it does is cling to your face. I don't think it blends out good at all. Like, I don't know what everyone else is talking about. And it doesn't cover jack shit. Like, you can still literally see everything. It's just like a huge patchy orange mess. And like, the color on the outside looks like, you know, a light color. And then when you put it on your face, it's orange. Like, I look like an Oompa Loompa. Like, I look like someone who tans way too freaking much. Like, it's bad. I look ridiculous. Like, if you guys could see me in person, it just does not look good. Okay, so here is what it looks like with 2 coats on. I don't think it looks very good. Let me know what you guys think. I just think it looks super patchy. It looks super orange and really, really cakey. Like, when I smile, do you see that? Like, the cake? Like, I look like I went tanning too much, and I like have leather face now. Like, it's awful. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it anymore, and I'm gonna do the rest of my face makeup. So, for powder, I'm going to be using Le Beau Cosmetic, their high definition silky loose powder in the color Pearl. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the powder over top. It looks much better with the powder on top, thank God. I can't believe how pissed off this stuff made me. Like, major freak out. Hopefully it's one of those foundations where I hate it and then I learn to love it. Really hoping it turns out like that, because so far, first impression wise, not looking so good. Like, you can still see all of my pimples that I wanted to cover. This stuff doesn't cover shit. It just wants to make you look like a fucking Oompa Loompa, I guess. So yeah, if you are going to buy this, make sure you get like the lightest shade they have, because it's probably still going to be orange. For blush, I'm using this one by Sephora, and this is in the color Rose Petal. So hopefully you can see okay, but it's like super patchy, really orange. It is currently 12:25 in the afternoon. I will come back in a couple hours to see if it looks any better than this, which I doubt, because you can still literally see everything, which is not the point of a foundation. So yeah, let me know what you guys think at this point. Me, so far, I give it maybe like 2 out of 5 stars. That's about it. So yeah, I will see you guys in a couple hours. Hey guys, so I am back to do a check-in on the foundation. It is currently just now 4 o'clock. It is 4:03 on the dot. So it has been about 4 hours since I have put on the foundation, wherever it is. And so far, my thoughts really haven't changed. I'm not really that big of a fan of it. It has oxidized quite a bit. It is quite patchy, and it does a terrible job of covering things up. Like, you can see everything. Like, there was really no point for me to clog my pores with the foundation today, because you can literally still see everything. So I would have just been better off had I not put anything on my face at all. So the only thing that I will say is pretty good about this foundation is that I do not look oily at all. Like, I look pretty even as far as like mattification goes, I look pretty matte. So I will give it that, but other than that, I really don't have anything good to say about this foundation. Yeah, it's just really patchy. There's like a harsh line right here of orange that will not blend out. It's like rubbed off here. It is still caked to one side of my face. I'm going to try it again tomorrow with a primer. I'm gonna do primer application and see how that works and see if that works out any better for me, because doing it just over top of my skin, no. I will see you guys tomorrow with the primer just to see if that is any better. So I will see you guys in just 1 second. Hey guys, so it is now a couple days later and I'm going to continue my review on the L'Oreal Infallible foundation, and this time around I said I was going to try it out with a primer, and I'm also going to be trying it out with a lighter colored foundation. I'm going to be using the Liquid Mineral Foundation by Glam to mix with this foundation so that the color matches me, because I have to be to work in about 3-ish hours and I don't want to go to work looking like an orange. So I'm going to be mixing foundations to see if that helps, and I'm also going to be using a primer just to kind of have a better, you know, base for my foundation. So here's what my skin looks like a couple days later. It has been a while since I filmed. I know I said I was going to do it the next day, but that never happened. Shocker. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and pin my bangs back just so they're out of the way and nothing is in the way of my face. Okay, so the primer I'm going to be using is just the ELPH mineral infused face primer. Really good stuff. It's like one of my all-time favorite primers. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that, kind of warm it up in my hands, and just use it on my face. Just a very thin layer. And excuse my eyebrows, they need to be plucked real bad. Okay, so now that my primer has just had a minute to kind of sink into my skin, I'm now going to be mixing these two foundations together. So I'm just going to take a little bit on the cap here. Take about that much. Then I'm going to take the Glam one, which is a lighter color and not as thick, so it shouldn't affect it too much. Just put like that. Now I'm just going to take my finger and just kind of mix it up. Okay, so we're gonna go with that right there. I just mixed it up really good. I have some of it on my finger, so I'm just gonna like that. And now I'm just gonna take my damp beauty blender and just start working it into the skin. I'm getting a lot better results this time around than I did the first time. The first time it was obviously very patchy. It was very hard to blend out. And this time around when I used the primer, I'm not having that, like I'm not having those problems. Like it's blending out really nicely, and I'm getting pretty decent coverage. Hopefully you can see okay, but pretty decent. And it is super matte, like I don't have any sort of dewiness on my skin at all. Okay, so here is what the one coat looks like on my skin with just using a thin layer of primer and then mixing these two foundations together. So basically here's what I got. Obviously the color is a lot better. It's not as orange, and as you can see it's a lot more blended, like it's not as patchy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a second layer, and normally I do not wear 2 layers of foundation to work just because it's not necessary, but I want to do it for the sake of this video to see if I can get it to build for you guys. I like this foundation a lot more now that I used a primer with it. So the coverage is very, very flawless. As you can see, I don't know how it's picking up on camera, but my skin does look really, really flawless. And even the first time I tried it, my skin looked like photoshopped, but it was just too cakey and too orange. So this time around, it's a lot better, and it just has that like really pretty, really desired flawless full coverage look to it, which I really like. Okay, so here is what the second layer looks like, all blended out onto my skin. Again, I'm sorry about my eyebrows. They need to be like plucked. Like, look at all those hairs. Anyway, but yeah, here's what the second layer looks like blended out onto my skin. As you can see, it looks a lot better now. So if you are someone who wants to try this foundation, I highly recommend that you use it with a primer, because it just is going to glide on a lot better. And I have oily skin, and it just was not good the first time around. So I'm glad I came back a few days later, and I'm glad I gave it another shot, because this looks much, much better. So here is what it looks like. Just 2 layers. Gonna go and do the rest of my face makeup, and I will do a quick check-in of how the foundation is looking before I go to work. So just stay tuned for 1 second. Hey guys, so it has been a couple hours since I have applied my makeup. It is a little bit after 1 o'clock now, and I'm just getting ready to go to work. I've already taken my piercings out, and I have my tattoo cover-up gear on. So yep, I'm going to go to work now, but I just thought I would kind of show you what my face is looking like just a couple hours later, now that it has kind of settled into my skin. It looks pretty good. It is a very matte foundation. There's a little bit of clinging to some patches like in this area, and a little bit patchy over here. But here's a close-up of my skin with 2 coats on it, and just a couple hours later. I don't know if you can see that, where it's just kind of clinging to that one specific area. And then here's the other side. Okay, so that's how everything is looking. I will talk to you guys in just 1 second when I get home from work. Excuse the bad lighting, I'm sorry, but I will see you guys in 1 second. Bye! Hey guys, so I am back from work. Again, sorry about the awful lighting, but it is like pitch black outside. It is just 10 o'clock now, so it has been, the last time I spoke to you was around 1 o'clock, so it has been 9 hours later with the L'Oreal Infallible foundation on my face. As you can very obviously see, I am a little bit shiny, and my eyeliner is like severely messed up, so sorry about that. That looks awful. But that could very easily be fixed with just like a powder touch-up if I wanted to continue to wear this. As far as oxidizing, it hasn't oxidized too bad anymore. Like, I don't look any more orange than I did before. And as I'm looking at it in the mirror, it hasn't really rubbed off either. I mean, it's rubbed off in a couple places, like up here when I was like scratching my face, and it's rubbed off on my nose and on my chin, because when I came home my dogs gave me kisses. But yeah, other than that, it looks pretty good. Like, the coverage is still there. Like, it is a pretty full coverage foundation if you build it up correctly. Okay, so here's an up close view of my face about 9 hours later. As you can see, it's rubbed off on my nose from my dogs, and up here from when I had a scratchy poo. So overall, I would give this foundation maybe 2.5 to 3 out of 5 stars, just because I had a lot of complications with it in the beginning, but I will continue to use it because it was pretty pricey for a drugstore foundation. It was about $11, $12. So I am going to continue to use it until it is all used up, but yeah, I guess it's okay. I really hope you guys enjoyed this very long review on this foundation. Thank you for sticking around this long. I know it was quite difficult to watch in the beginning because I was pretty pissed off, but yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Anyway, if you did, be sure to give a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to go down and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. But until then, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye! Jesus.
Jesus.